but obviously after making the final three years in a row,
Yeah,
and
disappointing.
I feel like I'm a better bowler than I was last year, even though I have made so many changes.
Yeah. And where are you next?
We're going to Madrid in 2 weeks now, 3 weeks.
For the Madrid Open, yeah. Madrid Challenge, whatever it's called.
Probably not going to San Marino, and then it's Poland, Munich, and Brussels, EWC.
Of course, you're back for the summer, aren't you? And then when do you go back to the States?
Well, because of the Europeans, I'm going to miss the first 2 weeks of school. So that kind of...
Yeah, that sucks a bit, doesn't it? Well, sort of.
Yeah, sort of. So I'm leaving like August 29th or something.
So next year
I'm going to miss the first 2 weeks of my senior year, and I'm not so happy about it.
You're getting very American now in that voice.
Hey, I know. I know.
The family recognise you when you come home now. He's that American that used to be Dutch.
Well, I'm not going to lie. Dutch is getting really hard.
Yeah?
Dutch is getting really, really hard.
Right, come on then. All Dutchy semi-final.
All Dutch semi-final.
You obviously, either way is going to be good for you, but who do you think will take that one?
I don't know. Well, Jort's shot like 5 something the last block I saw.
Yeah, he's been hot so far.
And he beat the one I thought was going to win the tournament.
Yeah, he did. And he's taken you out and he's taken Bjorn so far. So as far as he's concerned, there's no one else in the field that he can't beat in reality. But Mark Jacobs has been solid this week at this tournament.
Well, actually,
apparently he's on fire this year.
He has a great season. Won nationals. I think he's leading play the year right now. But there's a tournament going on right now, so he's probably going to miss out.
He's going to miss that one, yeah.
Because he's here.
Yard opens up with a strike and a spare, and Mark with a
spare and a strike.
So I'll tell you what then, Ramon, you can commentate on the Dutchy one, and I'll commentate on the other one. So Edis Danionis, the surprise package from Lithuania, opens up with the front three against Bart van Kerkoven from Belgium, who's started with a spare, split and a strike. Marco doing the camera for us. So we're currently with the Danionis Kerkoven match. A solid 10 pin there for Bart.
Yeah, that is really something that happens on lane 14 a lot. Lane 14 was by far the hardest lane to get the 10 pin down.
Yeah. The odd strike, nice spare strike then.
I could almost already make some sort of an assumption. The one that's gonna figure out lane 14 the fastest is gonna win.
Yeah. We've got a lefty against a right-hander. And the lefty strikes, and we're getting to see a bit more emotion from him now. Now he's in the last 4. Which ball is Mark using, Ramon? And Jord?
I'll have to look a little better. I'm honestly not so familiar with the storm equipment.
Anything but Columbia. You don't know. It is Columbia sponsored by, isn't it?
Yeah, it's EBI, so.
EBI,
Columbia,
so you get to throw all the brand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oops.
A little bit wide from Jord. So you, like most staff players, would say that the Ebonite brand are the best balls on the market?
I'm not going to lie. They're really, really good this year.
Are they really good this year?
They're really, really good
They
this
seem
year.
to have turned a corner in the last couple of years, the Ebonite brand. All 4 of the brands seem to be picking up well. But Storm did it have all their own way for a couple of years.
I think we're making up a lot of ground.
That's good. Front 4 for Dunianis. Make that front 5. He's making short work of it now.
That's already a...
Yeah, we might need not need to commentate on that one.
That's a solid 40 pin lead already.
Ronan van der Loo says EBI is the best. And Marco, please put the camera back in the middle, he says. Mark Jacobs then, spare, front three. Yard on a Dutch 200. Why do they call it a Dutch 200?
I still don't know.
You still don't know?
I still don't know. I've never run in a competition.
I remember one of the first things they said when I was a kid, oh, it's a Dutch 200. I'm like, why? Why is it a Dutch one? Can't they bowl a 300 or something? That was my question. So, left-hander, front five. Could be all over quickly. Oh, just rattles the 7-pin but leaves it standing. And HB Taboo says, thank you now for the score. Just the one strike out of 6 frames from Bart van Kokoven.
Yeah, that's a 50-pin lead already. After for 6 frames.
Yeah, another 2 games. You can't really go more than about 50 or 60 pins behind, can you? Because it's a lot to come back on. Just over 2. Oh, he's missed his single pin there.
I'll take the 50 pins back. That's 40.
So going to university in America, Ramon, what can you recommend other players of why it's such a good thing to do that?
I can't describe with words how much I've learned in the last 3 years. Like, honestly, I could not imagine this doing in Europe.
Did you think when you went there that you knew quite a lot about bowling and then realised that you didn't know anything?
I thought I knew a lot. But there's a difference between knowing it and knowing how to use it.
Yeah.
And in the last 3 years, I've actually known how to use it.
And what's the feeling like with knowing they go to work every day at Weber at the Kegel Training Centre?
It's heaven.
It's heaven.
It's heaven.
It's like a kid in a sweet shop.
It's paradise. I go to school in Florida. It's always the weather that it is here. I went to the beach on like December 20th.
It's just a different life.
It's a completely different life.
And the American way, do you like that compared to the European way? Are you growing into it, or is there parts of it that you're not keen on?
Growing into it a little bit.
Difficult at first.
It was a little difficult at first, but I didn't have a car the first year. That didn't make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But I kind of settled now. I got my own apartment, got a car. My English obviously got better. And
was it kind of a lonely experience at first? You know, getting out there, not really knowing too many people, and away from home, and or didn't that bother you really?
That's kind of what I expected. But my team has like 55 players right now.
Wow.
And we're such a family.
Yeah.
Like I see all my teammates as brothers and sisters.
I've noticed that on the Facebook when you're all posting, you're all a big family.
My coach, Del Warren, is kind of like my dad.
Yeah?
His wife is kind of like my mom. Got a couple of uncles that are coaches.
Extended family now. You get more Christmas presents now. So not a lot in it between Yard and Mark at the minute.
They're tied right now, and Mark just took the lead by 10.
Is he already always as boisterous as that?
He's always like that.
Has that counted against him before? Because he's been like that. He's not made teams and stuff because they kind of look at him as thinking, you're a bit mad, you.
I wouldn't say it cost him a lot of teams. But yeah, just like looking at the first day when he shot 1460 or something, people were looking.
Yeah.
And in a way, you have to like someone that's so enthusiastic. That's the way I look at it.
It can be destructive or constructive, can't it, depending on what the team does around it.
Mm-hmm.
You always need that one that's just a little bit louder than everybody else, takes the pressure off some of the other ones. So the Kokoven Danionis match looking like it's going the Lithuanians' way at the moment. Decent lead.
I don't got my glasses on. I can't really see the score.
I think it's about 60 pins. He's already on 200.
I think he can punch for 230-ish, no more.
You're as short-sighted as I am, aren't you?
250. No, he can punch for 240. Mark can still punch for 269.
A question from Ronan van der Loo. Ramon, how long are you staying in Malta?
I'm staying till Wednesday morning.
You got anything planned for the next couple of days?
Well, was it a little surprise? But my best friend, like way back, is in the Navy right now.
All right.
And the Navy, the Dutch Navy, is in Malta right now.
Oh, really?
So he's standing right behind you.
Oh, cool. Oh, the big guy.
So I haven't seen him in 3 years.
Wow, that's cool.
And he's going to give us a tour in the Dutch Navy ship. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, we won't ask whereabouts the ship is at the minute. That's probably classified, isn't it? You'd have to kill me. So Yard on 169 with a spare working, and Mark Jacobs with a 149. And met that a little bit more now, 169 in the 7th with a double working. Not much in it.
That's 30 pins. Well, sheet for 30 pins. So.
Ooh, a split from Danny Unas in the...
That makes things a little more interesting.
Yeah, that tightens it up a bit.
Still a good 60 pins.
I think if you were Yard and Mark, you'd be looking at this match as if I win this one, I've pretty much won the title. I've only got to go past whoever wins that one. And I don't think they're going to fear the other two so much. And Yard is beating two class players.
It's Malta. Anything can happen.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. I think, if I'm honest, though, I'd like Yard to win it now. Purely because he took you and Bjorn out. I think anybody that does that deserves the win.
On the other hand, Mark finished second in qualifying.
Again, yeah, that's the other side of it.
It's his first year here.
He's very focused, so Mark. He knows what he wants, and he don't care about anything else. I think he upset Amanda Larkin, actually, after the match. He didn't shake her hand. She was a bit upset about that. So just give him a slap and say, "What are you doing?" He probably just didn't, he just won. He was happy. He was on it. But I think, obviously, the first thing you do when you finish a match is shake hand and off you go, don't you?
I honestly didn't see it. I wasn't here.
No, I never saw it.
I was a little upset, so I kind of left the building for a minute.
I found it unusual. I thought at this level and at this stage of the tournament, everybody'd shake hands. 20 players, 179, was it?
No, it's 179 with the strike, so 169 versus 221, yeah. I think. 220.
So this could be all over within about 5 or 6 frames if Danny Unas keeps the strikes going. Keep your comment and chat coming in. Yard throws the high road, Pearl crossroad, apparently. Chewie's on. Come on, Yard. Chins are on. And what is the weather like right now in Malta? Yes, sunny. Actually, a little bit of a breeze out there at the minute.
And he's in the 250s already.
Yeah, striking for fun is Mark. Just totally different matches here. A lot of strikes in the semi-final of the Dutchy one, but not so many strikes in the other one.
It's currently 28 degrees.
28 degrees.
And we might see the first rain that we've seen all week in a couple hours, but
yeah,
even that's only 40%, so that's
Did you
probably
see
not
the
gonna
fog
happen.
last night?
I did.
I'm looking out. Somebody had been letting smoke bombs off, and I said, "What's this?" He goes, "Oh, it's fog." I said, "Really? Where's that come from?"
Well, the sky.
Yeah. Good answer. So Yard finishes with a 238.
And Mark needs this one to be in the 260s. And he rings down.
Who's all ready to celebrate that one?
Well, that's going to keep things a little more interesting. That's a 20-pin game now. 238 to 258 of these pairs.
I think we're seeing more nerves in that match than we are in this one. I think both them boys have never really got to this level before, I think. Vankerkoven strikes. Strike, spare, strike in the first 3 frames of this second game as he tries to come back at the Lithuanian. But the lefty is not going to make it easy for him. That's a strike, 9 spare strike for him.
They're tied for the game, so that's still a 60-pin difference.
Neil Dint says they were lashing it down with rain at about 5 AM. A short, sharp burst. I never saw any rain.
Good thing we're still in the bowling alley then.
Yeah. Well, apparently it didn't rain in the winter this year. That's why everything's dusty out there. And the fact that they're doing a lot of work in St George's Bay.
Yeah, the cars didn't look all that great.
No. 7-10 from Yard.
That's not the way you want to start the game if you want
No,
to
not at all.
get 20 pins back.
Not when he sticks behind, yeah. It's going to be an interesting final, though, because we're going to have 2 quiet lads over there that seem to just go about the business, and we could have the most excitable player in the field on the final. But we're getting a bit of an emotion now from the Lithuanian. Keep your comments and chat coming in. Marco on the camera. Oh, yeah, trying to really nut it now. Trying to fight with the pins is Mark Jacobs. But opens up this second game with a strike. Decent sized crowd behind us now. No, I was just looking. So most of the English are sat watching the racing now. Yard comes back with a strike. And Danionas leaves a 7-pin, yeah.
That could have sealed it.
The last lefty in the field. And 2 probably class them as high rev players. And 1 just an accurate player. Jacobs makes it a double.
That makes it 50 pins already.
Danionas nearly missed that single pin. Not a lot of strikes at all in that match. Oh,
he leaves it back-to-back 7-10 on the left lane. Wow.
You would probably say it's nearly all but over on that one then, the way Mark's been playing. Yord can still do it, but not seen Mark miss too many shots this week. Danionas back in the pocket for a strike. Bart Vankerkoven just can't get going. All spares.
If Bart punches, the Lithuanian doesn't need a double anymore. So if he marks out, he's done already.
Yeah, another single pin for Vankerkoven. So it is looking like the Lithuanian that's going to win that one. Mark Jacobs.
Takes out the 5-10.
He's getting the pin action now.
Yeah, that's a 75 pin game now.
That's a lot to pull back now when you're
a lot
on
of 7
form.
frames. Everything is possible in Malta though. But
No, true enough. Yeah. Yeah, you never bet against it.
if you get hot, you're hot here. And that's not.
Well, you would know.
It's not just.
You were for 3 years. You're beginning to come back there. He does have to sheet it now, I think, and try and put pressure on Mark and hope that he doesn't spare for the couple. That's another single pin that Danionis has missed.
But Bart just missed a single pin as well. We
Bart
missed
missed
that.
one as well. Nobody wants that one. Going to win it with the 140. Well, maybe not.
Well, Bart is still trailing by 10 this game, and he was already trailing by 60.
And a question for Ramon: which balls were you using during the tournament?
Well, Team Cyclone. I started off with the Cyclone every block. Moved to Swerve FX, which kind of got me through the entire tournament. And I had to go to my Legion Solid, maybe a game or two in qualifying. But I pretty much stayed with the Cyclone in the Swerve the entire tournament.
How does it work with your staff deal? Are you just given balls as and when, or do you ask for them, or?
I personally get 8 balls a year, and I can just order them whenever I want.
Yeah. Do your coaches and your sponsors kind of look at you and push certain balls onto you as opposed to other players, or when they think it will suit your game more? Or
Well, we can ask for advice, of course.
yeah.
I'm just like really lucky that I have 5 of the best coaches in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got a team behind you, haven't you? That's for sure.
And I'm starting to coach a little bit myself, and it's making it a little easier.
Coaching who?
I'm coaching a couple of Dutch youth players up north now, and a couple in the south. I've always coached at my home bowling alley.
Yeah.
But now I'm a USBC silver level coach since February, and
to a degree, that's your future, really. That you're gonna have to give back what you've learned to the Dutchies to kind of get them to that level that you've reached.
Dutch bowling needs something.
It does, yeah. I mean, look at you. You've got a lot of young talent. It's just a case of turning that into future champions and a team that can compete at the Europeans and Worlds.
We've been doing really good on the guys' side the last 8 years, 7 years, like European youth. But that generation hasn't really made the next step yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been quite a few years since we've had some really strong Dutch male players. It's beginning to come through now.
And we had a really, really, really good generation on the girls' side.
Yeah. Yeah, for
but
sure.
That generation kind of came to an end a couple of years ago.
Yeah, starting to get married and have kids and stuff out there. And I hope Ramon will be my coach in America when I get there, says Ronan Vanderloo. Till now, Ramon has taught me a lot. Thanks for everything, Ramon.
Well, you're more than welcome. Speaking about Dutch talent.
Is he quite good? Well, you've got a hero to follow now. Mr. Ramon Hilferink is on the cusp of doing something on the PBA Tour in a couple of years. Can't wait till you get on that.
I'm pretty stoked.
It's going to be interesting to see how you perform.
I'm pretty sure I'll get my PBA card the day after I graduate next year.
Yeah.
I have 2 more years left of school in the States, so I'll be coaching my second year, and I'll be trying to make a living out of bowling, kind of.
Yeah, that match has just finished now. We never even
Yeah.
saw who won it. Oh yeah, it looks like Edis Danionis has won it.
I think it was like 414 to 370-ish.
Thumbs up from Edis. So we're going to see him in the final against...
And he ranks the 10 on the left
Jacobs.
again.
Yeah, not much of a semi-final in the end, was it? the final is a little bit more exciting. It's not mathematically over yet.
Jortgen's parents bunch for 225. In that case, because Mark was leading by 30, right? Yeah. Mark has to shoot 196 to win, and he's already in the 150s.
Yeah.
In the 6th frame.
It's all but over. I think another strike here will pretty much.
He needs 1 mark and high count. And it's over.
That's it.
Assuming he keeps the ball on the lane.
Well, yeah. I don't think he's gonna blob now. He's been too accurate up until this point. Yeah, Ronan Van der Loo on the chat there said I'm pre-selected for the Dutch junior team again. Well done. So we're just 3 frames away from the end of this semi-final game, and we're just waiting for Mark Jacobs to be confirmed as the player that will play Eiras Danionas from Lithuania in the final.
Did he just leave a pocket 9-10? Did that just happen?
It looked like it, yeah. We'll have to play that back on stream later on. He's not actually from Korea, folks. Just so that you know. He is a Dutchie. Go on. Ooh, unlucky.
Well, the way he just like made a Eurotime ball hook, you almost think he's from Korea.
It could be, yeah. So yeah, it's definitely confirmed now. We're going to see possibly another 279 from Mark Jacobs, and it would probably be a shock now if the Lithuanian beats Mark in the final. And I think even Mark thinks that. You know, so in his head, he's won it already. I think
that might be his mistake, though.
It could be. He was already kind of planning on, well, I've just got to, you, and I'll meet you in the final sort of thing.
And like I said, when you got hot here, you got hot, and
it takes a lot to knock that out of you, doesn't it? I guess once you, like you say, when you're hot. And George picks up his single pin. Yeah, as finals go, it's a bit quiet and subdued.
A lot of people though.
Oh yeah, there's plenty watching. Seems to be more out of interest than having a favourite or anything. I think that'll change slightly then when we get a Dutchie against a Lithuanian. So Jord, unfortunately, has come up just a little bit short, but he can go home happy that he's made a few euros.
How does it actually work with the 3rd and 4th spot? Because I know there's a difference in prize money, but
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know.
3 finals, 3 weeks. 3 finals, 3 weeks.
and he rings 10 again.
And Marco just saying Jacobs has been in 3 finals in 3 weeks.
Belgium guy, and a week final.
Oh, taps the pin.
3 finals in 3 weeks.
And it's going to be another 258 from Mark Jacobs as he advances to the final to meet Lithuanian.
Ja, 2 keer verloren, dus dit was de derde finale op rij. Elke week finale.
Well, Marco just said that this is his third straight weekend in final, but he hasn't won yet.
Oh, but it hasn't won yet. All right.
But
is it third time lucky or is it third time unlucky?
There is a Dutch saying that's driemaal scheepsrecht, which means that when you do it enough, you'll get it the 3rd time.
Yeah, we get 3rd time lucky, we call it. Yeah, so it must be a common theme along those lines. All right, so we're going to get onto the final in a minute. We'll just knock off that record.